is going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for June 14th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. I got my guy TJ and I got my girl Sienna here. How are you guys feeling tonight, guys? This was an absolutely tremendous show from AEW. Tony Khan cooking as always, guys. What's going on? How are you feeling?
Not only did Tony Khan cook tonight, my man hit up that phone and he said, Gordon, I got the kitchen covered tonight. Don't worry. Take a break. Go home, make some beef Wellington. I got it tonight. I got the lamb sauce. Nothing's raw. I got it. Tony stayed in that kitchen. He was just cooking it up.
Tony Khan preheated the oven.
Yep.
He got the thing cooking in there. He let it simmer and everything like that, and boom, he was ready to serve us up a fantastic episode of Dynamite.
Phil,
tonight.
I gotta start the shenanigans early. You know how we always say you're black? I'm about to teach you another one. Tony was in that kitchen. All my black people watching this, you know what I'm about to say. Tony was cooking with Crisco. That boy was in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. But guys, we had a fantastic show tonight. I mean, all the matches tonight were, from solid to absolutely just insane. From the opening contest of the 30-minute time limit draw between MJF and Adam Cole, which I think was an absolutely awesome decision. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. From the main event of the 6-man tag between the Elite and BCC, I mean, I really didn't have any problem with not only the winners of each match, but the way things gone down as we head to Forbidden Door, which is about 2 weeks away. So, Sienna, I ask you, how do you feel about all it is going down when it comes to the matches and to the build-up of Forbidden Door? I thought this was, not,
I mean,
is every show perfect? No, but, at the end of the day, but this was pretty damn near.
It was freaking incredible. I mean, we started off with 2 matches been confirmed for AEW's Forbidden Door, which is the IWGP United States Championship match between Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, and then Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. That took place at Dominion a couple days ago, and then now that they're adding more matches, slowly building up to the pay-per-view, it was really spectacular. Who would have thought that we've seen Tanahashi called out MJF for the AEW World title, even though MJF saying no, but they made it confirm bro, what?
Yeah.
And of course, sexy Virginia appearing Orange Cassidy. Of course, we're gonna get that match. And then you have Sonata issuing an open challenge, and then out of nowhere, Jungle Boy Jack Perry of all people.
Right. Yeah.
To me, this is starting to adding things up to the way that they're doing it overseas in Japan now, bring it into AEW. Seeing the marquee matches that we have not seen for quite some time. And
for sure,
I'm really excited for the matches. Curious about one match, but you know what? I'm here for it. I mean, starting to build things up, getting everything cooking.
Very true. TJ, I asked you the same question, man. Forbidden Door is shaping up to be something absolutely incredible. Last year, we all know the injury bug kind of plagued AEW, but now with the AEW roster being at full strength, I mean, Tony Khan is trying to book the best matches he possibly can. I mean, you can't always do a week-to-week type of story when it comes to these type of matches, but at the end of the day, he's given us great matches. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just trying to find a great show for Forbidden Door in Toronto, and Tony Khan's doing exactly that.
Oh, yeah. Because think about it. What matches have been officially announced so far? Jungle Boy, Sonata. We have MJF, fucking Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Tanahashi.
I didn't even think I wanted a match like that up until the point where that was announced.
I think I woke up from my nap, and that was the first tweet I saw from, I forgot who it was in the group, but I just look over my phone and see MJF Tanahashi, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But then you also got fucking Danielson Okada.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Danielson's losing his head that night, and then a rematch.
Insane.
what we all still to this day consider match of the year, and the year's only halfway over. Will Ospreay versus fucking Kenny Omega in a rematch
Yep.
for the IWGP US title. If y'all have not seen their Wrestle Kingdom 17 match,
Go out of your way.
I'm gonna pull
Go
it.
for it.
I'm a true wrestling fan because I stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch that goddamn match, and I don't regret it.
Same thing.
But then
So
also,
do I.
like, think of the matches that they're most likely into, right? Most likely
just
Willow
these
and Toni
tonight that are
Storm.
most likely going to get confirmed. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
like Will Ospreay and Cassidy. I believe that's the one that they did.
I think we're getting. I think
not
we're gonna
Will
fucking
Ospreay.
get Eddie versus Tenosuke.
Dude, like that was such a weird type.
I just said his name wrong. I said Tenosuke. I meant Konosuke. I just realized that.
Takeshita.
It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be really interesting to see what Tony Khan has planned for the rest of the card, because I mean, obviously, CM Punk is gonna be wrestling on that show. I have no doubt about it. CM Punk is going to be wrestling on that show. My personal feeling, it's probably going to be Kota Ibushi, not Kota Ibushi. I mean, Kenta.
Yeah.
Not Kota. Kota will be coming soon. He will be here, but not yet. I mean, like, I figure it's probably going to be Kenta and Punk because of the battle of GTSs. I mean, obviously we saw the stuff with Orange Cassidy tonight and Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, that's going to be something insane. And you know, last year when Orange Cassidy faced Ospreay, it was Ospreay, right? Yeah. You guys gotta help me out here. Last year, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy and Ospreay. Yeah.
It was Ospreay. Yeah, and nobody had. For some reason, nobody thought that match was actually going to cook, and it ended up being one of the best matches of that night. So, Orange Cassidy is going to be cooking again. So we'll see where that goes, and then obviously, we have matches also confirmed for AEW Collision that happens this Saturday in Chicago, Illinois. Not only do we have that that trios match between FTR and CM Punk versus Samoa Joe and not, why do I say the Gun Club? It's
Bang Bang Gang.
It's the Bang Bang Gang, right?
Yeah. Bullet Club Gold, yeah.
And Bullet Club Gold. That's what it really is.
Yeah, Bullet Club Gold.
Other than that, then we have Miro going to be in action, which it's great to see him back. And the match that I'm really looking forward to, Andrade finally making his return to AEW to take on 1/3 of the Trios champions and Buddy freaking Matthews, man. That's going to be insane. That's insane.
Everybody was talking on Twitter, talking about Andrade's leaving, and Andrade said, okay, how you know?
Yeah, how you know?
We also have the TNT Championship between Wardlow and Luchasaurus, so that's going to be interesting to see. And then a tag team match for the women. So,
Aiden, shut up.
So we're seeing the progression, I feel, from what happened on AEW Dynamite tonight that'll bleed into AEW Collision. How do you guys feel about that? As you know, I mean, there are rumors going around about this whole AEW roster split that's going to be happening between Collision and Dynamite, but it looks like a lot of stuff is actually bleeding over to that second show for Saturday night. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I'm really excited for the debut of AEW Collision. The only thing they're just gonna people wanted to see is how CM Punk is gonna say on his promo, because in the video package you say he has a lot to say coming out of his chest. I'm like, I wonder if he's just gonna say just about himself and just brush it out of the rug with the whole situation that happened last year behind the scene. But then again, it's like everybody's tuning in, especially you have those stacked rosters like Miro, Andrade, course, we might be seeing Thunder Rosa on AEW Collision anytime soon as well. That were like pretty much like set on the side. But I think it's just gonna be like a really great viewing, especially on a Saturday, despite like this whole weird time slot situation. But I'm really looking forward to it. The matches itself look stacked. I'm here for it.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it, TJ? I mean, stuff bleeding over from AEW Dynamite to Collision. I mean, it's not that bad of an idea, you know.
Not at all.
You gotta start things going somewhere.
Exactly, and it's a good way to integrate people into the show as well, because I know we all had our preconceived notions about it, especially, he announced a new show. Rumors are CM Punk. Oh, he announced it's going to be United Center. Oh, he just told us CM Punk's going to be there. Okay, and now like the way they're bleeding into it, so at first it felt like, oh, this is the CM Punk show, you know, but now to me it feels like, okay, this has the potential to be what Rampage used to be and what Rampage should be now. So I have high hopes for this show.
This will be the true de facto B show for AEW, and who knows, you know, like this could be like the AEW version of SmackDown, while Dynamite is the flagship show of Monday Night Raw.
Just about to say that,
I don't mean to like bring WWE into this, but that's kind of the way it's kind of shaping up to be. And then Rampage could be like that, you know, like I never watch Rampage anymore. Let's just be real about it. But at the end of the day, like Rampage could be like that kind of a show where like these young and up and coming talent that could be Dynamite ready could get there, and then we'll see where things go. So, I mean, guys, everything that happened on Dynamite tonight was great. We're going to be talking about everything that's going to be happening here from tonight and what's going to be happening possibly in the future for AEW Dynamite as we continue to go through the motions as we head to Forbidden Door. And then after that, guys, I mean, we're going to All Out and we're going to All In. The Wembley Stadium, not too far away. Well, actually, no, it is.
It's All In and All Out.
Not too far away. Sir, they're on two different continents.
not too far away in terms of the actual build. But in terms of like the actual, like where I am, like geographically, it's terribly far away.
I can see it already on Twitter.
Bad, but I'm like, dude,
oh yeah.
Phil got his little wheel. Not too far away. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Don't worry, I'll be there. I remember when AEW first announced that they were going to go to England, to the UK. They actually announced it while I was there at a Dynamite show with Johnny, Marissa, and Erica, and I turned to Johnny and I'm like, how are you feeling about AEW going to England? He's like, I'm gonna be there. He's like, wait, you're gonna be there? He's like, I'm gonna find my way to be there. Wait, did he say 2023? And then it was announced that it was 2023, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna find my way to be there. He can't be there, obviously, but he said he'll be there next year. He promised to be there next year, so you know, we'll figure that out as we go along. But Johnny, you're the man, bro. We're gonna talk all things Dynamite tonight, guys. So if you guys like what we heard so far, make sure to hit the like button. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be live coming Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show. If you guys want to talk about Rampage during the chat while we talk SmackDown, you guys can. We just stopped doing Rampage reviews because honestly, it just don't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. But you know, we will be talking about SmackDown on Friday, and I might give you guys an extra tomorrow for Thursday just to fill you guys in on some wrestling news, if anything. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about all things Dynamite tonight, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. I'll have TJ and Sienna plug their stuff in, and then we'll get into the merch and all that kind of stuff. So guys, take it away. What you guys got?
All right. As you already know, I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am the Messiah. of all things wrestling, TJ freaking Gatsby, aka the Heartbreak Kid, and you can find me on all socials at TJAYGATSBY, or go to my link tree with the same username. You know, I represent the main event players. We have our merch store up, which is also in my bio and the MEP bio. Also follow main event players on all socials at main event players. You already know. And if y'all really do miss the OTB Rampage reviews, I'm gonna get together with Phil. We'll probably see if we can get y'all something different and instead of Rampage reviews, because let's be honest, Rampage obviously doesn't care about our time.
Well, here's the thing, guys. You guys won't honestly totally be missing a Rampage review, because at the end of the day, I will be reviewing the first ever Saturday Night Collision, and I'll be doing Saturday Night Collision reviews from here on out. Obviously, obviously, if I'm going out on a Saturday night, I'll just do the review on Sunday. But let's be real. If anything, I'll find a way to watch the show regardless, and I'll be able to get a review out to you that
Phil be making moves
with
there in Connecticut. Y'all just don't know.
I'll figure it out, guys. And then when that show comes to Connecticut during, I believe it's July 19th, I'll be over there, and I'll be getting some great stuff cooking for you guys over there when that happens. And then I might be going to the Dynamite that happens at the TD Garden. So who knows? We'll figure that out. So we'll see. I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic to see that TD Garden filled with everybody for an AEW Dynamite. That's going to be insane. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Because honestly, the TD Garden is like 2.5 hours away. So I'm like, dude, that's easy. Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Will freaking Ospreay. Supernova. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking Billy Goat.
Will freaking Ospreay.
Oh yeah.
He said the fucking Billy Goat. I mean, I know that's yes. We'll talk about Will Ospreay because that was absolutely insane. For whatever reason, they cut to that thing so fast. I thought for whatever fucking reason, I thought that was like Kota Ibushi or whatever. And I'm like, wait, Kota's here? And then I was like, oh wait, that's fucking Ospreay. That motherfucker. I love him. but I was like, oh, okay, nice. Well, let's get into Dynamite, guys. Follow us all on social medias. Go get the merch at Teespring, the official home of OTB and its merchandise. Use the code OTB20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. And don't forget our sponsor for tonight's episode, that being SeatGeek. SeatGeek, you guys can use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. So if you're going to a wrestling event, a concert, or basically anywhere that you need a goddamn ticket, go use SeatGeek and use the code OTB and check out for $20 off your first purchase. And we just want to give a special thanks to SeatGeek for sponsoring the channel, because you guys have been a great family member to us, and we'll continue to support you guys. You know you're getting the best deal using SeatGeek, so why not get a better deal by using the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's get right
Phil, do you notice something a little different about this episode? I can't quite put my finger on it. It feels like there's somebody new here.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Who are you?
Hi. I'm just
my girl Sienna.
Yeah. All right. Let me do a quick social media plug before we get down to it. So I'm one of the latest member of the main event players, the only residential sister, of course, in the lovely group. Follow me on TikTok, mainly Twitter and Instagram at Sienna_Chanel_. I have a Twitch channel. I just stream like mostly gaming, basically currently WWE 2K23 and Street Fighter 6. And soon AEW Fight Forever, twitch.tv/Sienna_Chanel. And like TJ say, follow the main event players. It's also on my link tree as well too. And yeah.
Sorry about that, Sienna. I just go through the goddamn plugging and then I forget things at times. But listen, we're all cool here let's get
Yeah,
right
no
into
worries.
AEW
My
Dynamite
boy Nova
tonight.
going crazy in the chat. God damn.
Nova was
you.
hyped
I
tonight.
appreciate it.
Nova was hyped all night.
Aiden said, "Here's God."
Nova was hyped all night tonight. He's gonna be crazy. Listen.
I
You gotta
respect
shoot
it,
your
bro.
shot.
I
Okay.
respect it.
Yep.
I love it, man. And Aiden says, "Riz God." Oh my God, you guys are freaking crazy, man.
Oh my
Just
god.
the OTB originals right here in the chat. Prodigy, Supernova, Aiden. It's right there, man.
Nice.
All right, guys, let's get started. We started off AEW Dynamite as always with the pyro going. Everything's just going crazy for the start of the show, and then we hear that MJF will face Adam Cole in an eliminator match, plus Wardlow defending his TNT Championship against Jake Hager. Skye Blue challenges Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship, and Blackpool Combat Club taking on Hangman Rampage and the Young Bucks in the main event. But we started off with the World Championship Eliminator match between MJF and Adam Cole. What can I say about this match? What can I say about this match? This match went to a 30-minute time limit. At a point in time when I was watching this, I didn't even think about a goddamn time limit. I was just watching it just to watch it. And then all of a sudden, when I heard the bell ring as the referee counted to 2, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What happened? And then figured out, I was like, oh shit, time limit. That makes so much sense. How do you guys feel about that? Because I was like, I completely forgot as I was watching,
I mean, to be fair, it's like I knew this is gonna happen. I mean, they gotta end it in a draw, and plus they're in Washington D.C. I mean, home of the first ever episode of AEW Dynamite. Yeah. And one of the matches that is like very notable, that was the opening of the match as well, was like years ago that ended in a draw. And this is, like you mentioned it, the second time in AEW history that ended in a draw.
Yes. Yep.
But regardless of that, this match was freaking incredible. I'm excited for the continuation of the feud, even though they're just taking a little bit of a step back, of course, with MJF and Tanahashi cooking it up at Forbidden Door. But everything about it was amazing.
Yeah. TJ, I mean, as I was watching this match, I wasn't even thinking in the back of my head about a goddamn time trial. At the end of the day, I wanted to have MJF still look strong. Obviously, Adam Cole need to look strong in the end. Having a time limit draw instead of one of these guys getting pinned was the perfect decision because A, it continues to feud, and B, while this whole thing going on to Forbidden Door, I mean, is still the possibility of things going to happen. The time limit draw was a fantastic decision. I loved everything about it.
It was definitely perfect, and because we were discussing it in the MVP group chat, we were like, so obviously, like neither of them can really take a pin here unless it's off of shenanigans. And we were even throwing out the idea of a no contest, but we didn't even think of a time limit draw because we just assumed, MJF is going to have some kind of trick, some kind of distraction or whatever, and then it would lead to both sides having people come out for him in a massive brawl. But like you said, a time limit draw is the perfect scenario for this. Also, I saw somebody say MJF carried this match, and y'all must not know Adam Cole. Y'all must not know Adam Cole, bro.
No.
Like, come on. Don't do my boy Austin Jenkins like that.
Because of stuff like that. because of the narratives like that. Like, I mean, I'm obviously taking a break from social media because of other personal reasons that I'm not obviously going to go into. But at the end of the day, when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to takes like that, Adam Cole being carried in a match with MJF, first of all, you might not know the works of Adam Cole if you think he ever gets carried in anything. I mean, the guy is an absolute worker in this business. He knows what the hell he is doing. He is obviously a guy that you can build a company around, and that is what AEW will be going around when it comes to the future of this company. Adam Cole is a company man. He's a made man within this business, And the fact that you think he got carried? That's wild to me, man. That's absolutely wild.
Mm-hmm. Very.
But yeah, this was insane. If I went through everything about this match, we'd be here for like another hour and a half. So I'm just gonna go right from when the referee collapsed. So obviously the referee is down at this point. Cole hits MJF with the AEW World Championship, and at that point in time, I'm like, holy shit, they're actually gonna have him win because of the title shot. And then he went for the boom right after that title shot. 1, 2, and he kicks out. Very close to 2 count. I mean, obviously, the referee was dazed and everything like that, but it was a very, very close 2 count kick out. MJF puts the Dynamite Diamond ring on his finger, and the referee turns around and stops him. So, that was an interesting spot right there. Cole super kicked MJF, hit a Panama Sunrise, and the boom, just for the referee, was about to hit the 3 count. The bell rung, and the match ends in a time limit draw. Cole then grabbed the microphone and demanded 5 more minutes through the mic at MJF. He stares at him, and he just leaves the ring and walks away. He didn't want anything to do with Adam Cole after that, man, because he knew. He's like, holy shit, I was actually about to lose this thing. Like he had, like, I've never seen that look from MJF before, ever. And the fact that Adam Cole got that out of MJF, whenever this match happens, you have to pay for it, Tony. You have to pay for it. Make us pay for it to see this match again, because this is what we need. This is great. This is great. Everything about this was great. Now, I just have to ask you guys this, because we're obviously not getting this at Forbidden Door, because that's going to be Tanahashi, which is still fucking insane to me. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that we're getting Tanahashi and MJF, but
like
we'll get there.
Who did I please in the wrestling universe to get this match?
Is this match, to you guys, able to fill? Well, it's all in first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this match worthy enough to fill a 70,000 plus seat stadium after what we've seen tonight?
I'd say so.
I believe so.
With the right build and everything like that, you guys are thinking that this is a worthy enough main event, or a main event type matchup?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm just asking mainly because of the fact that I've seen some stuff going around saying that, like, listen, I don't know if that's a worthy enough main event type matchup for a Wembley show that seats 70,000 plus people, but I'm like, that AEW people are going to talk. So I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are thinking like, oh, it has to be Punk and Omega or CMFTR versus the Elite, but MJF is world champ for a reason. So if he can't sell out a pay-per-view like this, then why is he holding your belt?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You guys think we actually get that match though? What TJ said, or nah? Or you don't even want to touch that with like a 10-foot pole?
Damn, Deontay really want me to whoop his ass, Malik's ass, and Gabe's ass. I mean, yeah, I'll throw the hands with you, Narcolepsy, and Gabe. I can do that after OTB. Yeah, bet.
Definitely stream it on the Media Player Twitch channel. Good view.
So do you guys ever even want to touch that with the 10-foot pole between CMFTR and the Elite, or do you just say fuck it? We're done. I don't even want to see it anymore. Let's just move on, please.
I mean, honestly, with all the things that's brought up, I would say like never say never, but set it to the side until what's going to happen within the next few months.
Yeah.
You know, since CM Punk is making a return this Saturday at Collision. So whatever that's going to be happening, like by the time AEW Collision make their debut, I mean, we're just going to have to see how it's going to play out.
If Punk has his head on straight, and if everybody has, if everybody has their time away, because I know it's a time old saying of like time heals all wounds, but when it comes to personalities and stuff like that clashing, I mean, nothing really ever goes away, TJ. So I mean, at the end of the day, you just wish for the best for all involved, and just either get away from it or just let things slide.
Because it's like, I forgot who said that. I think it was this would be a wasted opportunity to not do that. Because this has been talked about since the event happened last fucking September, and we're still talking about it has to happen. And Tony Khan, if for even a second you're thinking of not doing this match, doing this field, what did Josiah say? If you're gonna be anything in this world, be fucking for real. Make the match, Tony. Make the match.
Yeah. I'm not against it. I just want cooler heads to prevail at the end of the day. If they want to work together and actually, come together for the business of it all, cool. I'm fine with that, but you gotta do it for the right reasons. Don't just say, hey, I want to do this match because I would just want to fucking kill this guy. Let's actually go in there. Let's actually work and make something out of it. Because at the end of the day, I mean, whether people like what happened or not, it got that match thinking in their heads, so we'll see. I'm optimistic, but you got to be cautiously optimistic when it comes to that kind of thing. So a video package hyped up CM Punk's return. Speaking of Punk, Punk says that the only thing that's certain about CM Punk is that nothing is certain. He says that he is Siri just activated. Go away, Siri. He says that he has scores to settle and things to do. Punk says that he won't know what he will do or say until he has the microphone in his hand, but he has a lot to get off his chest. Do we see a promo from CM Punk before that main event at AEW Collision? Because remember the first dance, y'all. Remember the first dance at AEW Rampage. We started off with the man, and he got 20 minutes to say what he had to say.
That shit was insane too.
Yes.
It was also my birthday,
and that was 7 years away from pro wrestling. Let alone whatever happened with this injury. So
that was an amazing birthday present. So Tony Khan,
that was so good.
You always get a pass for me just because of that. I feel like you got to though.
I think it would be a wasted opportunity not to have Punk, start off the show.
It's gonna sound cringy. I'm gonna switch it up a bit. You gotta have FTR start off the show, and just go full force. Fucking have them introduce CM Punk.
Yeah.
Just.
I know people are gonna call it cringy or whatever, but I don't even give a fuck. It'd be a feel good moment. Dax would have tears in his eyes, bro. Just do it.
See, and it's gonna be in Chicago. Where it all started for CM Punk. At the end of the day, however you feel about him, I understand a lot of people have their mixed feelings towards CM Punk, and I get it. I get it. But it's going to be in Chicago. We have this going forward. And then we're going on the road to, they're having their Canadian tour. And then we're going back into the States. How do you guys feel about CM Punk as we move out of Chicago? Because, when the announcement was made that Punk was coming back, there were cheers and there were boos.
But, yep.
is he going to be like that tweener type of role here? Because obviously in Chicago, he's going to be treated like a babyface, but CM Punk, he's the kind of guy where it's like, all right, well, if they're billing me, I got to work a heel type of style. Do we feel like he's going to be able to work in that tweener role to say, hey, listen, if they're going to be doing whatever they need to do, I just got to work that style?
Lop's comment scares me because it might be true.
Yeah.
Exactly, Lop. Exactly. When they leave Chicago, when AEW is not in Chicago and CM Punk's going to be involved for Collision, it's going to be a very mixed bag.
I'll tell you this.
We'll see.
You go to Rancho Cucamonga or you go to Winnipeg, where the Bucks and Kenny are from.
It's like the Canadian fan base, over there, they're really critical when it comes to like who they should cheer and booing. Like,
yes,
trust me.
No amount of Bret Hart love will save CM Punk.
No, any promises.
It's gonna be hard.
Boo the shit out of CM Punk.
It's gonna be hard, and at the end of the day, whether you are a CM Punk fan or not, being a part of that type of a crowd and being a part of that atmosphere is going to be something that a lot of people are probably not going to be well adjusted to, because yes, AEW fans are rabid. They are hardcore fans to, honestly, to the core. Now, I don't mean to say that like in a pun intended type of way, but at the end of the day, TJ, have you been a part of an AEW crowd before?
No, I still need to, bro. I need to.
It's very different, obviously, than a WWE crowd, but it's a lot more different than people think. It really is. And then now that CM Punk is back.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been to pretty much all the AEW shows when it came to Northern California, San Francisco, and Sacramento. Two completely environmental crowds.
Yes.
The Sacramento crowd is the one that has the loudest compared to the San Francisco crowd, though. Like, if CM Punk ever comes to Northern California, he's gonna get pretty much a heel treatment. Everybody will boo the crap out of him, and whatever you cut a promo, he's just gonna all the crowds will be like booing, do their chant, whatever.
Is he gonna get Don Callis heat? or Dom heat?
Dom heat.
But it's going to be very interesting. What Loth is saying is 100% true. When they get out of Chicago, who knows what the crowds are going to be like for CM Punk. But at the end of the day, it's going to be very interesting. But CM Punk is going to be working that style regardless. He is a smart man at the end of the day. If he needs to work heel, he's like, all right, I'll hunker down and I'll work heel for this thing, and we'll see where it goes. But it's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see what they do outside of Canada, because that's outside of Chicago, rather, because that's going to be very interesting. Because they're in Canada for like 3 weeks, it feels like. Because they got Hamilton, they got Regina, they got Toronto. It's a whole tour of Canada. So, I mean, they're going to be there for a while. I love Bret Hart, CM Punk in Canada. I don't even think that'll save him.
Bro, it won't.
I don't even think that'll save him.
Even like my friends from Canada are not a Bret Hart fan. I guess,
because they know the truth. Owen's better.
I don't even think that'll save him. I mean, yes, he is a Bret Hart fan. I mean, you can clearly see that in a lot of his matches that he's been doing, especially in the AEW matches that he's had. But I don't even think that'll save him, really. So,
nope.
I mean, it's just going to be very interesting, and we'll see where things go when we head to Canada. I wanted to go Forbidden Door so bad. I really did. I was so close. I was so close to actually doing it, but then I realized, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get there? And how the fuck am I going to be able to say somewhere? It wasn't
Mm.
going to happen. But I will get to a Forbidden Door at some point. It's just going to have to happen. But
Aiden, that's a good question. I do not know when they're going to announce it, but all I know is that Skye Blue better win that motherfucker.
why are they announcing the Owen Hart?
yeah.
When are they announcing the Owen Hart Cup tournaments? I don't know. Well, didn't they say something about Forbidden Door?
Yeah, I think they said they're going to announce to participate.
Oh, at Forbidden Door, they're going to announce them.
Okay, bet. Yeah, okay. Skye Blue better be in it, and she better win it.
I hope Kyle Fletcher's in it.
I just hope we understand why Tony Khan did what he did with the first one. Adam Cole and Britt Baker, but dude, come on.
Yeah.
We got to expand. I was actually really hoping for Samoa Joe to win that tournament last year, but it turned out to be AC and Britt Baker. So I was like, okay, I see what you did there, Tony, but let's spread the wealth a little bit, okay? It'll be very interesting to see though what happens with the Owen Hart Cup part 2, because this is going to be the second annual, and I'm glad it is an annual type of tournament. So we'll see how he builds upon it this time around. So we have an in-ring segment for everybody's favorite boy, Sammy Guevara. I mean, listen, that's a very take that as sarcasm if you want. I like Sammy Guevara in the ring. Outside the ring, I got to get a little bit more advanced when it comes to him. But Sammy Guevara, he's getting cheered. Regardless if you like him or hate him, you can hear that crowd. They're cheering the fuck out of him now. Between the baby announcement and that match in the Fatal 4-Way and the way that AEW has been treating him as of late, he's a full-fledged babyface again. He is. I mean, obviously people still don't like him at times. There's still some boos in here, but majority is babyface reactions again.
Yeah.
I like him more as a heel personally, but how do you guys feel about him getting that babyface reaction again?
Honestly, I feel like it may be the right time for him, especially the fact that he only focused more is what happened, the build-up leading up to AEW Double or Nothing, though. I think him separating mainly from the Jericho Appreciation Society, or even with Jericho as a whole, it's time for him just to be on his own, you know, and getting a well-deserving push that he needed. I mean, he did a very incredible job at Double or Nothing, and I do see a whole new potential for him. And I feel for me, personally, I feel like he's getting ready to get to in the high caliber as he is too. So it looks like him being a baby face would be good for him, especially slowly a setup of a feud with Chris Jericho. My only concern is they better not pull the same thing that happened with Daniel Garcia, because we all know that.
Good point. Yeah,
he
because
was supposed to shine away.
He was getting crazy babyface reactions, and then TJ, they just completely pulled the rug from under him and said, "Nope, we're just swerving the fans again."
Oh, yeah, you can ask Phil. That's one of the things I'm still mad about.
Yeah,
because
that
I was
just
all
not the
in.
right way to go about it. I was so in on a Daniel Garcia babyface turn and possibly joining the BCC, because at that point in time they were babyfaces, and it was just going to be really cool to see DC and Bryan Danielson be a part of something together. But yeah, this isn't. I hope this really isn't that, and I really don't think it is that, because TJ, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is the most organic type of babyface turn I think I've ever seen when it comes to a Sammy Guevara type of person. This is more organic than anything that Guevara's done, honestly, in his career for AEW. To me,
because the others felt like
really organic.
Forced.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This isn't really forced upon. I mean, yeah, sure, the baby thing happened, and then obviously him getting into the face of Jericho tonight, but this was, a very organic way to turn him babyface, and I think they're doing a good job with it.
For sure, yeah.
Sammy's last face run was ass.
And that's why they have the chance to do better this time.
That's why they have a chance to correct it. And I think that's what they're going to try to do when it comes to this. And I do agree, Aiden, it was pretty bad. But, we gotta, I think this is why they're doing a chance to correct it. Now, let's see what they do when it comes to Ty Mello. Because obviously, Ty Mello, she's probably going to go away for the time being, considering that she's pregnant. But then again, you don't know. We really don't know what happens when it comes to AEW because they were tied to the hip with each other as heels. And now, we got to see how they're going to be treated together as baby faces. That's going to be interesting in itself,
we won't be seeing her until next year,
Yeah. She has to take time away for the baby. So, we'll see. That whole run, right? That's why I'm really thinking that they're trying to correct it this time, Aiden. Because yes, the TNT Championship from that point on, it turned into like
a hot potato.
It was a terrible state, and we're still trying to correct that. So
to me, it's organic because I'm gonna compare it to Roman, how they forced him to be babyface. They had Roman face heels all the time and destroyed them. He rarely faced any other faces, and if he did, he also beat them. But with Sammy, having him, he's not playing a babyface in a reality show. This is just them. This is how he actually is as a person. And announcing their pregnancy isn't a take thing. It's literally just, hey, we're pregnant. Like Cody did the same thing. It's not to turn heel or face. They're siding with him mainly because he turned on MJF and they fucking love that. You can tell he's slowly starting to get on the edge of the Jericho Appreciation Society, slowly start to work his way out. And I'm be honest, he's far enough away from that TNT title debacle we had back then to where people can truly appreciate his in-ring work.
Yeah. So, I think this is going to be a good thing for him. I really do. Plus, you can see even before, obviously during the build for the Fatal 4-Way at Double or Nothing, you can even see them trying to get the fans slowly more gravitate towards Sammy Guevara. If you watched AEW All Access. If you watched All Access when they continue to, showcase Sammy and Ty and, get into their lives a little bit more as we got to learn about them a bit more throughout that show, they were really trying to say, hey, guys, this guy isn't really as bad as everybody thinks he is. And then they bring the announcement of his baby girl. So, they were really trying to say, hey, listen up, guys. This guy is still going to be a future piece, regardless. So, it's going to be cool. So, we had this man out here, and he says he has plenty highs and plenty lows within the last few months. He says the goal remains the same, and that is that he is still determined to win the AEW World Championship. Guevara states that he has to make some tough decisions and some changes. Then Darby Allin all of a sudden shows up and interrupts him. And that was interesting in itself because I was like, wait, okay, well, what are we getting at here? Darby interrupts and says that people are starting to love Sammy Guevara again.
Ooh.
And he wonders if Sammy will stand on his own 2 feet or be in Jericho's shadow. Jericho then comes out, and I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. He's like, well, Jericho's obviously wanting the answer now. Darby said, listen, you don't have to answer my question now, but just keep that in the back of your head. And then when Jericho comes out, he's like, oh, well, Jericho wants the answer now. He might want it now. So you might want to get your answer all formed in your head right now, Sammy, because Jericho's coming out here. So he comes out and he tells Allin to shut his mouth and mind his own damn business. Jericho then asked Sammy why he didn't even call him when he was chasing AEW World Championship, because if you were to call me, you'd be standing here as the new AEW World Champion. Sammy says, you know, that's actually kind of funny, because if you actually called me, you wouldn't have lost to Adam Cole. Twice. Jericho tells Guevara to immediately apologize to him, and Sammy says, I'm not apologizing for shit. And then I'm like, all right, this is good. Let's continue going, guys. Let's do this. Jericho gets in his face and tells him to remember the hierarchy of this Jericho Appreciation Society. Darby Allin and says, Jericho, you call yourself the Wizard, right? Well, if you are the Wizard, but anytime you step inside this ring, the magic seems to be gone. So what happens? What happened when it comes to that? And I was like, holy shit, this guy actually cooked him there. The Wizard, magic gone? Bro, that's great. I freaking love Darby. So Jericho gets in Allen's face and says that he and Sammy will beat him up when they reunite the Sex Gods 2-on-1. And Darby's like, listen, dude, I never come alone. And then Sting! Sting's here!
Sting!
The Stinger! The Stingsky! He shows up. Jericho has his bat ready. You know, he's got Floyd in his hand. You know, you gotta have Floyd. You know, they basically have a little bit of a bat off. He swung his bat at Sting. Sting swung his bat at Jericho, and then I mean, you know, we had a little bit of a bat off going on. So it's very interesting to see what happens. We're probably gonna get a tag match between these two teams. I mean, that makes the most sense. How do you guys feel about that, man? Because this is Sting and Jericho for the first time ever. Jericho wanted to work with him in WCW when all those years ago, but they just didn't see the money in it, I guess, which
Bischoff
is kind of crazy to me.
Good stuff when he sees it.
And now they're doing it here in AEW. I mean,
yeah,
it's wild to even think that this is actually that this hasn't even happened before.
Facts. I'm excited for it because I feel like this. How do I word this? This is Tony giving us. How do I word this? The past and the future in one match.
Yeah. I was actually trying to figure out where you were going with this, but you're talking about the tag team match, yes. You know, Sammy and obviously Darby being that future. I can totally see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, it should be cool, you know. And obviously making it a tag team match is going to be better off for Sting and Jericho in the end.
I agree.
Let's face it, guys. Jericho and Sting 1-on-1 nowadays. I mean, Jericho would be able to protect Sting. Let's not be totally wrong about that. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's really what we want. Getting a tag team match is okay.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. I mean, back then would it be amazing, but then of course, and I've seen on the chat right now that blame Eric Bischoff for messing up. Like, could have been this opportunity between Jericho and Sting.
Yeah.
Putting them in a tag team match, I mean, it would be making it more sense too, and to protect both of these gentlemen.
Yeah. I think it's honestly the best case scenario. You know, obviously you can't just not. Like, what the hell is this? Takeshi and Bandito on Rampage.
Yep, AEW Rampage. And then we get Chaos versus United Empire.
And isn't Will Ospreay wrestling on Rampage too?
Yes.
They said that like legitimately like 2 minutes before the show went off the air, and then he got hit with the Blade Runner again. So
Yep.
I was like, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Damn. All right. Well, regardless, tag team match most likely happening next week on Dynamite. Gonna be cool to see what happens. Whoever wins is gonna be cool to see. But do we see the turn on Jericho from Sammy after this match or during this match as we continue on?
I think after.
Yeah.
I mean, after makes the most sense. I was just, you know, trying to figure this out here.
See, my question is,
because Sammy being a part, or Sammy getting away from the JAS makes more sense.
Yeah. My question is, who's gonna team up with Sammy? Because JAS is gonna beat his ass after he turns on Jericho. So, who's gonna help him out with that? With the raging grandpa that's gonna be coming for his neck.
I don't think Darby would still be out here when it comes to anything Sammy Guevara if they weren't technically, you know, somewhat of allies between one another. You know?
Yeah.
So if anything, if you want to do Darby and Sammy to, you know, do this one-off kind of tag team match between whatever happens with JAS and those two, I wouldn't be too upset with that. But, you know, it makes more sense. So. I'm okay with it. Just depends, you know. Or if they just want to do something completely different, I'm fine with that too. They just got to figure out who to team up Sammy with.
Oh, yeah.
And actually have it make a little bit more sense, you know. Because I just don't want it to just be a random kind of thing. So after that, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Sonata, issued an open challenge for Forbidden Door 2. And I'm like, all right, that's awesome. Freaking Sonata getting on the show. We would later learn who the open challenge would be accepted by, but that was later on in the show. So after all of this, we had the 8-man tag between Darby, Sting, the international champion Orange Cassidy, and Keith Lee, taking on the Mogul Embassies, Swerve Strickland, Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. This is okay. This is an okay 8-man tag. I mean, it's an 8-man tag. If you've seen one 8-man tag, you've seen them all. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, but shout out to Brian Cage. He made a tribute to Sting.
Yes.
You know,
the attire for Sting. Yeah. That was awesome to see. Yeah. Is Dustin Rose like Keith Lee's manager now? What is that? Did I miss something?
I mean, I think where it goes, they made the alliance on AEW Rampage. Of course, all of y'all we don't watch Rampage.
It's Rampage.
Okay. I get off of work during Rampage start. So yeah. But yeah, they just formed an alliance. They became a tag team, and of course, Dustin is accompanied by Keith Lee. You know.
Okay. You know, it's Rampage, so that's why I missed it because I don't watch it. What happened? What happened to Keith Lee, man? I mean, the man's looking like the man's actually looking like a wizard with the goddamn cape and you know the beard and everything like that. I'm like, what did they do? What did they do to my boy Keith Lee, TJ? I mean, literally last night, I watched his match with Dijak at TakeOver. What happened to that one, man? What happened to that, Keith?
I have no fucking clue.
What did they do? What did they do to my boy? My sweet baby boy Keith Lee.
Like, I really don't know, because he's such a generational talent, too. So it's like, what is going on?
How do you guys feel about the Mogul Embassy? Because I like Swerve Strickland. I love the dude. I love him. I absolutely love him. I mean, when he faced Orange Cassidy for the International Championship, I was really pushing for him to win that title. But him being with the Embassy, with all that kind of stuff, I'm like, what are they doing with him now too? Because I wanted him to be something, and I feel like they're just handcuffing him with these random stables that just don't make sense for somebody like Swerve. It doesn't
Not
make
at all.
sense.
Like, Swerve should be main event levels right now. Like, he should be having classics with Sammy, Darby, Jungle Boy, Adam Cole, but he's over here associated with a man who's covered in fucking tattoos, who I still don't know his fucking name, by the way. Like,
Trench?
at this point.
Trench?
His name is fucking Trench?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Trench.
Yeah.
Swerve is wasting his time with a dude named after World War idiocies. That's wild.
Whose house? It's Swerve's house. It's Swerve's house.
No, it's not Swerve's house. It's Swerve, Zangief, Trench, Rick Ross at times. It's all their houses. Motherfucker at this point. God damn.
They're just handcuffing Swerve at this point, and I think it's just, it seems like they just have no idea what to do with him, and that just shouldn't be, because like you said, TJ, you should be putting on bangers with these guys,
exactly,
and it's just not working.
If you ask me, it feels like Tony Khan's trying to recreate a Hit Row type thing. That's what it feels like. Because like every few months, Swerve was with a different group. First, he was with the second generation Brock Lesnar and Parker Boudreaux. He's with Trench. Now he's with Brian Cage, aka Zangief, and whoever the fuck else is with him. Because I don't even know the dude's name. Because apparently it's not Trench. Because Trench hasn't been on TV in months. But what Trench, is at this point? Send him back to WWE. Send him back.
Like
Triple H know what to do with him.
I mean, there were rumors all those months ago. I mean, it was probably like a year ago at that point where WWE was sending out feelers to AEW talent about possibly wanting to come back to WWE. I mean, one of them wasn't
he the snitch?
One of them was Swerve.
Yeah, he was a snitch.
That wanted that was filled out for. I don't know when Swerve's contract ends, but when it does, if it does soon, I'm really contemplating. I really am, because I mean this guy is so talented. He's in the eyes of the fans, he's absolutely fantastic, and they're just utilizing him in some way that's just it's not right. It's not right. So. Yeah, and Lodge just speaking facts again. Hit Row was organic with him. He made Hit Row whole, and then it just went away. It went away, and I'm seeing this narrative going around right now where it's like, what is Swerve Strickland without a stable? I don't get that type of a narrative whatsoever, because I mean, Swerve would be fantastic out of a stable or in one, but you got to find him an actual stable that actually makes sense. None of it made sense.
Nope.
Aiden, I hate you. I hate you, Aiden.
Oh my god.
That's what you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Freaking Aiden. I see why Tony gave him Parker and. Well, no, I don't. I don't see why they gave him Trench and Parker.
If anything, Tony should have rewarded him for snitching. If I come to you and tell you, hey, my old boss is trying to poach some of us to go back to there, and you stick me with some scrubs, I'm calling them old boss. You were right when you kind of come over. Like, bro, come on now. At least a TNT title run. Man, say it about at least 10 of your people. I don't even know what they're doing with I
don't even know what they're doing with Parker Boudreaux at this point. I mean, where has he been?
Yeah.
The guy got signed. The guy got signed to AEW, and where has he been? I don't know,
Like
but
where?
this 8-man tag wasn't bad. You know, if like I said, if you saw one, you've seen them all, especially in AEW, because I mean, they're either spot fest or they're actually somewhat decent. But the two teams brawl. Leona crushes Sting with a splash in the corner. Lee then dumps Khan to the outside. Lee then slams Sting. Allin then dives onto everyone at ringside, and then Sting takes the fight to cage. Cassidy then hits the orange punch, and Sting gets the win with a Scorpion Death Drop and got the win for the team. And that was that. So it was okay. This honestly was just kind of to fill time. This wasn't really for anything. This didn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. It did kind of carry some of the stuff between Swerve and Orange Cassidy from when they faced off for the international title, but that's all this really was. Nothing too major.
Love. This man was supposed to be the next Brock Lesnar. Like,
Dude,
since WWE,
seriously.
they were billing him as the next Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I mean, he was very raw. He was very green. He had a lot of work to do, but that's what they were going to try to build him as. Yeah.
Aiden, don't ever tell that lie again. Dude, don't ever tell that lie again. That man was doomed once they said, shave your head, your new name is Gunnar Harland.
Yep.
And he was with Gacy, right? He was Schism.
He technically, he's the first ever member of Schism, if we want to be real.
Yeah. They didn't do anything with him. Anything.
Not the next Ryback. That's it. Wow.
Oh God, no.
Wow.
We don't need him to be that. We don't need him to be that, because that
me versus Goldberg will be a great match.
Regardless of how you actually feel about Parker Boudreaux, that kid actually has a ton of connections. Like, I have not seen as many connections as this kid has. You know,
literally, how does he have all these fucking connections?
He has music industry connections. He has he has obviously wrestling connections from like other companies and all that kind of stuff. Like, he could be working in another company tomorrow if he wanted to. Like, they'd be able to buy out his contract and have him be working somewhere else tomorrow. Like, that's the kind of connections he has, and he has a lot more than I can even say. So the kid's smart. As much as people don't want to see what he's up to right now, the kid's smart as hell. They just don't know what to do.
Nope.
Speaking of something that I don't even know what to do when it comes to this type of matchup, you know, we saw the Gun Club having a backstage interview with Renee Paquette, and you know, she just asked him, "What's their relationship with Jay White?" They dismissed the question, obviously, and they said, "You know what? We'd rather be talking about ourselves because we are the greatest brother tag team in AEW history." They mocked the Hardys, and then they called them out to a brother-on-brother tag team match to decide who really is the best brother tag team out of the two. Come on. What are we doing here? It's cool to see the Hardys back on AEW TV, but come on. What is this?
I do wanted to point it out right now that Sean Ross Knapp did point it out on Twitter. The Hardy Boys wrestled the Smoking Guns on the WWE Superstars in June 1996 for the WWE, at the time WWF, Tag Team Champion. Smoking Guns from 1996, and then of course the Ass Boys, the Guns.
So I guess you're just calling attention to that. Okay.
Tony loves his history. I tell you, Tony loves that history.
Does, yeah.
Tony Khan is a history buff, as we all know. You know,
says it all.
Listen, I mean, I cool. If it's coming back to that, you know, that's awesome. You know, obviously the history buff and Tony Khan. But okay, to be real, in all honesty here, this is honestly a cool thing for the Guns to, to work with the veterans of the Hardy Boys to, just to get some good in-ring exposure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we all know where this is going.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Hardys win this thing.
Yeah.
If they don't,
as long
they don't,
as
we're
the
gonna have
ass
a problem.
boys, yeah, as long as the ass boys better stay away from Bullet Club Gold, I'll be happy. So, yeah.
Just make this as painless as possible for Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Please, because the last time I saw this man in the ring, the man fell.
Mm-hmm.
And people were saying, Phil, he was just selling, give him a break. Dude, that was a complete fall when he was trying to do the Whisper in the Wind and he got tumbled in the ropes. Don't tell me he was selling. And I just want this to be as painless as possible.
Yeah.
I called him off immediately after that bump on the buy-in, and I'm like, Loff, did you just witness? And he's like, yeah. I did. What are they doing? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wanted this to be as painless as possible, and things went south real quick. You know what, Supernova? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think Tony Khan knows what he wants, and by the end of the year, if not by the early 2024, we most likely will see the Hardy Boys as tag team champions within the company.
Mm-hmm.
We most likely will. And is that the right call? It most likely won't be. But knowing Tony, he would want them to be tag team champions again. Or not again, but for the first time. To make them hold all tag team gold within all the companies they've been in.
Yep.
How do you feel about that, TJ? I mean, that's... Knowing Tony, he would do that.
Here's what I'm going to say. To all y'all motherfuckers out there who are getting on my ass when I said Edge should have won that World Heavyweight Championship, but y'all are out here like, oh, I need the Hardys to win it, you're a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because Edge can still go. I love Jeff Hardy, but come on now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know. And knowing Tony Khan, he definitely would do it, but it's just not the right call. You gotta do what's best for your tag team division and for the business at the end of the day. Yeah, sure. Whoever beats the Hardys would be a made tag team, right? I mean, they're the goddamn freaking Hardy Boys. But not everything's about trying to put somebody over as that next type of thing. You just gotta use your brain and look at the facts. So, I don't know. And I saw that Supernova, and I was gonna say, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, we'll see what happens. But we will get the Hardys and the Guns next week on AEW Dynamite. So we'll see. TNT title match. Wardlow taking on Jake Hager.
You said
it was okay.
Yeah,
if you've seen a Wardlow match, you've seen them all. It's nothing too new here, and
exactly.
I hate that I'm even saying that. I hate that because I like Wardlow. Not a lot of people do right now, which is weird. I don't know the whole disconnect with Wardlow, and maybe TJ can shed a light on that because I mean, I might be putting words in your mouth, TJ, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not really a big fan of Wardlow right now, from what I can tell.
Correct. And it doesn't have anything to do with him. It's the title.
It's the
the hot
title. It's the
potato when we
title.
got the title.
It's just the title.
Because don't get me wrong, I'll say it all day like I'm not feeling it, but as soon as he goes for that fucking Powerbomb Symphony, I'm locked back in. I love Wardlow as a wrestler, but that title scene is hot garbage, and it's gonna pain me to say this. The 24/7 title scene was more entertaining. I before y'all start shitting on me in the comments, be fucking for real and tell me it's not true. People held the 24/7 title longer than the TNT title. That is a shame.
It's wild. It's a wild thing to say, but I'm not mad at you for saying it. You know, at the end of the day, the way that they have treated the TNT Championship has not been good. It really hasn't been, and that's putting it lightly. And to answer your question, Michael, why do y'all not have more than 3 people on an episode of OTB at one time? Mainly because, well, I have a 3-person setup. You know, that's what I had our graphic designer made for us. I have a 1-person, a 2-person, and a 3-person. It honestly just works best for the show, layout wise, opinion wise, and I can handle it with my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi, if it's anything over 2 guests, it just goes completely wrong and buggy all over the place, and just connections are terrible. So 2 guests is a perfect spot for me, and anything below. So that's why. So, you know, if the TNT Championship had a freaking story behind it, there wouldn't be a goddamn problem. You put a champion in there with somebody and actually create a story around this goddamn championship. And if you don't, that's what you get here. That's what you get here. I don't understand why we can't have stories with these championships. Because TJ said it right. You know, this championship division's looking god awful right now. And it really shouldn't be, Sienna. It really shouldn't be.
It's like they're treating it as more of a lower card title.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I could book this better. Loft and his WCW universe books better titles than this.
And I understand. It's a TV title. People are telling me all the time, Phil, it's a TV title. It's supposed to be weekly. It's supposed to be defended weekly, all this kind of stuff. I don't want championships to be defended weekly. Because at the end of the day, when these open challenges happen, there's no story and there's nothing to get behind. I can't get behind the champion. I can't get behind the challenger. There's no story being told here. I don't mind open challenges here and there, but when it gets repetitive and weekly, you're losing.
Now, before, because I know what y'all are going to say, but why didn't you have a problem when Cena did it? Because when Cena did it, it made new stars. Look who's facing Wardlow for the title each week. The same people who have been in the title picture. I'm not seeing a fucking Dante Martin challenge Wardlow. I know he's injured, but if he wasn't, let's be honest, he still wouldn't be in this. I'm not seeing AR Fox. I'm not seeing a Daniel Garcia. I'm not seeing a Wheeler Yuta. I'm not seeing anybody new challenge for this title. It's the same people. It's either a Samoa Joe here, and maybe a Sammy, maybe a Scorpio, and usually a powerhouse Hobbs. Now we finally get someone new, and it's Luchasaurus. Where are these new stars? AEW is supposed to be the land of opportunity outside of WWE, but I'm not seeing new stars get the opportunity. It's the same people who have been in this title picture from the jump.
Do you see Luchasaurus winning on Saturday?
Hell no. I don't see it. No. Like, I couldn't care less about that match, so all I care about is Wardlow altogether. Like, I mean, that's just me. But still, if only way that they would have made the TNT title more prestigious, but, you know, hey, you can't fix anything that's already been broken. Unfortunately, that's one of them. The title itself.
No. The last good TNT champion in my eyes was Miro.
I agree. Yeah.
Like you look at this championship picture after Miro. Sammy Guevara held it for 87 days, which, I mean, 87 days. I mean, it's a few months. Then after that, Cody beat him for 32. 32. So he held it for about a month. Then Sammy beat him again for only holding it for 18 days. 18 days. 42 days for Sammy Guevara because, obviously he had to, it was 42 days added to the 18 because Battle of the Belts 1, that was for the vacated TNT Championship because Cody had COVID, so they had to do something with Battle of the Belts. Then Scorpio Sky won it for 38 days. Sammy Guevara held it for 11 days. Then Scorpio held it for 70. Wardlow held it for a good 136. 136 days for Wardlow the first reign, but he did nothing with it during that 136. 46 days, 28 days for Darby Allin, 32 days for Samoa Joe, 3 days for Wardlow, a combined 3 days, because at that point in time, Powerhouse Hobbs beat him on that Dynamite after Revolution, and he only held for 42 days until Wardlow beat him on that Dynamite to regain the title for 57 plus days now. So it's been hot potatoed to no belief. Just give the man a story.
Now, before, because I know some of y'all AEW shills out there are gonna be like, well, you only think that because people like Roman held the title for years and years. No. Because compared to any other title reign in WWE, they have meaningful runs. Even, bro, it's gonna sound bad. Rey Mysterio's 1 hour as WWE champion had more meaning than these reigns. And that lasted for an hour.
That was such a terrible decision by WWE.
It was such bullshit. Yes. It had more meaning than these.
But guys, listen. Roman Reigns is an attraction at the end of the day. I think we all know that. Even if we don't like him, we all know that Roman Reigns is an attraction. So people that say he doesn't wrestle, or it's easy to have 1,000 days without him wrestling all the time. Listen, whenever Roman Reigns shows up and whenever he wrestles, it's a special attraction. So yes, of course that is the case.
Hey,
any other title within WWE. No, thank you.
Seth just did the open challenge with Priest. That shit was amazing. And now he's gonna face Braun fucking Breaker. This is how you do it. New stars, bro.
Seth did an open challenge for Damian Priest. That match right there proved to everybody that Damian Priest could be an up-and-coming main event superstar. Going up against Braun Breaker on NXT, I believe that's next week on the NXT actual episode. It's not going to be at Great American Bash, so that's going to be a great spot for him. I think he's absolutely going to be flourishing when it comes to that type of an opportunity for him. And then next week, I believe on Monday Night Raw, there's also going to be another open challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, and again, I don't want these World Heavyweight Championship open challenges to be a frequent thing, But obviously, when they're trying to prove that this is a workhorse type of championship, that it could be defended anywhere at any time, if you're doing it every once in a great while to showcase the title, I'm cool with it. But open challenges to me feel like you don't have anything to tell when it comes to the story for this championship, and they don't have anything creatively. So they need to figure it out when it comes to the TNT title. Otherwise, this TV championship isn't going to work in the year 2023 and beyond. Seth and Johnny Gargano. I would love it, man. I mean, we're in we're in Johnny's hometown next week, right? For Raw. So
Cleveland.
If Johnny comes back, who knows? But also Logan Paul is going to be there, so that's going to be interesting to see. People are telling me that Logan Paul could possibly answer the open challenge, and I'm like, okay, that's great. Maybe, I don't know. But we move on. So, this whole thing, it wasn't bad for Wardlow, but Brock Anderson helped fight Angelo Parker off. So Brock Anderson just shows up. I don't even know what that was. I thought that was like Arn Anderson getting out the Glock again, and I was like, wait a minute, that's the younger version of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Because let's face it, guys. Brock Anderson and Arn Anderson, they're legitimately the exact same person. They are. They look the exact same. It's just younger. Yes, it is his son, but damn, they look scary similar. Scary. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So Wardlow rolls over the ropes, over onto Hager at ringside, and the champion does a diving senton, and Wardlow power bombs Hager for the win. 1, 2, 3. It's a good stuff. Christian and Luchasaurus appeared on the video screen to answer Wardlow's open challenge for Collision, but we couldn't hear him. We couldn't hear him for like the majority of the time. And then finally, once the crowd was chanting, "We can't hear you," they turned the microphones on, and then Christian did his promo again. So we were able to hear him that time. And it's confirmed for AEW Collision, TNT title, Wardlow, Luchasaurus. Should be good. Then we come back from a commercial break and we see Hiroshi Tanahashi appear on our screen in the video message and challenged MJF to a match at AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door. In an interview, MJF then shoots down the idea of having a match with Tanahashi, calling New Japan a, quote, rinky-dink indie fed, and teases no showing Forbidden Door. He said, listen, this isn't going to be the first time I've no-showed an event, so no, I'm not going to do it. He will do it, and it will be happening at Forbidden Door. That match is confirmed for the show, whether he likes it or not, and it's going to be fantastic. Love it. I didn't think I ever wanted to see a match like this up until now, but I want it.
Yep, just go ahead and inject it into my veins. Just go ahead and give it to me.
So then we had Orange Cassidy in an interview backstage with Renee. Renee is just, all over the place tonight. She was in the ring, she's backstage, she's doing all this kind of stuff. Renee, you're earning your paycheck. You're earning your paycheck, girl, so we're proud of you for that. She's interviewing Orange Cassidy and asks what his future is looking like. He's like, listen, I think we all know what's happening by now. Somebody's going to walk into the frame. They're going to ask me for an international championship. And he's like, oh, yep, there it is. And it was Zack Sabre freaking Jr. He expresses the interest of wanting to face him. Then Garcia enters the frame, Daniel Garcia, and he interrupts saying that he wants to face Katsuyori Shibata for the Pure Championship. So where's your boy at? Cassie's like, well, he's not here. But how about you two face myself and Shibata next week on Dynamite in a tag match? And then he just walks away, and Daniel and Zach were just looking at each other. It's like, why do I gotta team up with this guy? Huh? Why do I? And then one of them walked off. I don't remember who, but there you go. We get that tag team match next week for the show, so should be cool. But Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy, give it to me for Forbidden Door. And Zack Sabre Jr. said being a double champion. So was he talking about having it be for the international championship or possibly a dual title match? What happens? I personally think it's just going to be for the international title, but
yeah,
I think
it
so.
could be anything when it comes to Tony Khan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he held that New Japan World Television title champion since, I would say, end of last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Even though the title itself looks like a big class ring.
Mm.
Dude,
Yeah.
I looked at that title again tonight, and I was like, that title is absolutely huge for no reason.
Or a mid-card title. I'm like surprised. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so when does he hold this thing? So he won this championship at Wrestle Kingdom 17. So he's held it for a good 160 plus days.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had a total of 10 defenses from what it says here. So.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, if it's a simple title match, that could be cool. If it's just for the international title, it's gonna be awesome. Or if it's just for the TV title for New Japan, it's cool too. You just gotta figure it out, and when they do, they'll definitely announce it. They'll probably honestly announce it next week, considering the tag team match is happening then. So, Aiden says, I don't know how OC is gonna handle Zack Sabre Jr. I think it's gonna be fine. A lot of people didn't know how he was gonna be handled when he faced Ospreay. A lot of people were really running that matchup off.
Yep.
And that turned out to be one of the best matches on that card. So him going up against Zack, I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Zack has grown a lot since the Cruiserweight Classic days. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
He was a part of the Cruiserweight Classic. Not a lot of people remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait.
It is.
So.
And I think this is going to be the first time he's actually facing up as a baby face.
Yes.
It's like ever since like Suzuki-gun dissolved, which was one of the very notorious heel faction of everyone went their separate ways. And Zack Sabre Jr. is joined being part of the member of TMDK, and it's like a babyface faction.
That's right.
So it's going to be very interesting to see two baby faces going at it at Forbidden Door.
That's right. He is a part of TMDK. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. Yeah, because that happened at Wrestle Kingdom. When I saw all that go down, and I looked at those two, and I was thinking, I'm like, holy shit, those two look very familiar. And then I looked it up again, and it was the TM61 guys from WWE.
Yeah.
I had no idea when, I mean, obviously, when I finally got back into New Japan, I finally figured out who they were. But I didn't know where they were after what happened to them when they got released. So I was like,
yeah,
good for them. Good for them actually getting back up on their feet.
Yeah, so TMDK was a notable faction before TM61 signed to NXT years ago.
Yeah, because I was like, because I looked at them and I'm like, they look very familiar, and then I had to look up the team just to see what happened, and then underneath like their former name it said TM61. I'm like, that's where I remember them from. Good for them. Good.
Yep.
So I was like, okay. But it's awesome. It's awesome that they got back up on their feet after everything that happened. So that's cool. So we'll see that. And then we had the AEW Women's World Championship match between Toni Storm and Skye Blue. Okay. This was a very good showing for Skye. I love Skye. Skye Blue is absolutely fantastic. She is, she's worked her ass off to get to there in that spot, and she's improved tremendously since her early days here.
Yeah.
She got up against Toni Storm tonight. Pretty good showing. About. Sorry. Nothing to be upset about.
Yeah.
Booty Mania. Yes. Okay, Aiden. Yep, we know. It's Tony time all the time, Aiden. We know. We love Tony time. We love Tony time. And Skye Blue, it's okay. But Aiden, I mean, this was just a very good showcase match for Skye. You know, at the end of the day, this was just something to, you know, really put out there, because I think she's from Washington, if I'm not mistaken. So
I believe
cool
so.
stuff in her hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because her mom was in the crowd.
Yes. So, I was actually very shocked when I heard on the Friday Night SmackDown post show, when people were in the chat talking about Rampage, that Skye Blue won. I was very shocked because I thought Britt was winning that thing easily.
Yeah, we all.
But I was like, okay, Skye.
Mm-hmm.
So, Blue spray paints Storm when the referee isn't looking. She slams Storm after spraying her with the spray paint. Soho then distracts Blue, and Skye super kicked her. Storm then hit a Storm Zero for the win, and then Storm gets a hit a Storm Zero, and then she kicked out. I apologize. It says for the win, but she kicked out, and then the sharpshooter for the submission win, and that's how Toni Storm.
Yeah.
I fucks with that submission heavily.
And then that's how she retained the AEW Women's World Championship here. Storm and Soho then continued to attack Skye up until the New Japan Strong Women's World Champion, Will Nightingale, came out for the save, and we'll be getting that tag team match as a part of AEW Collision this Saturday night. Yep. So it'll be Skye and Willow taking on Toni and Ruby. So okay, not bad.
My gut instincts tells me that we're probably going to get a build up for Forbidden Door, since Willow is the New Japan Strong Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Since Toni is already the AEW Women's Champion, I feel that Ruby's going to be the one that's going to be Willow's opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, from the looks of it at Forbidden Door, though.
I was possibly thinking about a 6-woman tag, but I wouldn't know who to add, you know, because I was thinking if Saraya was going to be back, you know, who would they team up with, Willow and Skye for a 6-woman tag? I don't know.
Yeah, Willow, Skye, possibly the current IWGP Women's Champion Maya Iwatani, even though she's from Stardom, though. Stardom and New Japan has a partnership. So it would be fitting to bring the current champ over to team with them.
Now, Prodigy, you're saying Willow and Toni. All I ask is who would go over, and not. Because listen, at the end of the day, I understand why people want these champion versus champion type matches. Like people wanting to see the New Japan World Champion Shibata. I want, like, people have been telling me they wanted to see Shibata and MJF go at it. That's cool and all, you know, the two world champions going at it, but who wins that? Who wins that at the end of the day? Because that's a booking decision, and booking yourself into a corner just waiting to happen. You wouldn't want the head booker of New Japan and Tony Khan butting heads over a decision on a champion versus champion type matchup, that, especially if it was for a championship, you know?
Yeah.
Willow and Toni, that sounds great on paper. But you don't want to have these two butting heads, because at the end of the day, you want to keep this partnership going. And you don't want to offend anything when it comes to the Japanese either culture or the way they go about things for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
To me,
cool on paper.
Willow needs to go over.
You don't want to book it into a corner.
Yeah.
Shibata would kill him, Jeff. I know, but people wanted to see it, man. People wanted to see it because it was champion and champion, and two world champions go at it. But I just wouldn't want to see that happen, because you're booking yourself into a corner, because who would win? You don't want to disrespect anything, and you want to keep this partnership alive. Wait.
Have to think of it. Yeah, Shibata is the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, by the way.
No, not Shibata. What the hell am I talking about? Sonata. People wanted to see Sonata. Shibata, Sonata. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was me. That wasn't my kind of thing. Regardless, they wanted to do the World Champion for New Japan versus the AEW World Champion. That's what I meant. I said it's Sonata, not Shibata. Wow. Okay. Boo and Aiden. Yeah, y'all can actually boo me for that one because that was bad. That was bad on me. But regardless, we'll see what happens. Sounds similar. You're good. All right, Prodigy. I always see. Oh, and here come the tomatoes. Oh, TJ, here come the goddamn tomatoes. I fucked up. I know. I get it. It's okay. You all make mistakes around here, folks. It's not like the first time.
If we're going to throw tomatoes out there, they should go to Tony Khan for even attempting to make Saraya versus Mercedes a match. Don't ever disrespect Mercedes Moné like that again, Tony Khan, in your life.
Yeah, no.
Mercedes was going to be here. Mercedes was going to be in Forbidden Door, and, the only people that knew what she was going to be doing was her and Tony Khan and her opponent. And she was going to be here, man, and it sucks that she can't.
The fact that you would have her face Saraya instead of Toni Storm is criminal.
Yeah, no.
Because Mercedes' back will be broken from carrying that fucking match with Saraya.
I'm praying for Wembley. If Wembley happens and she's actually going to be there, that's going to be insane. But, a lot of people just don't even want to see Mercedes in AEW, and I can't fault people for that either. So,
Prodigy, shut up. All right? Because every time you talk shit about my 2K skills, you never want to hop on and get your ass beat. So shut up.
Backstage. Well, speaking of Sonata, I was just preparing for the next segment, guys. See, that's not my bad. Speaking of Sonata, the IWGP World Champion, Jungle Boy was backstage, and he accepted the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge made by Sonata. And he says Hook is his best friend. Everybody awed at that point. There was like an audible awe within the crowd. Like, oh, look at that. They're best friends.
Brother, he's your only
It would
friend.
mean the world to him if Hook would be out there to back him up at New Japan and AEW's Forbidden Door event. They fist bumped, and there you go. So, that match is interesting. I'm very interested to see where that one goes because, Sonata, he's the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion here. I did not expect Jungle Boy to be the one to answer the challenge.
Nobody does. That was surprising.
So
but it would make sense because New Japan has been booking a lot of younger talents nowadays. And I know how they're trying to keep it afloat with the agreement with AEW.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Last year, the match that everybody was writing off was Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay. I guarantee you right now, this is the match that everybody is writing off automatically. Like, why the hell is Jungle Boy going to get this shot against the IWGP World Champion? This match is absolutely going to be. This match is going to be nothing. This could be our bathroom break, if anything. These two are going to cook. I'm calling it right now. These two are going to cook. Jungle Boy is going to have a matchup of a lifetime against this guy, and he's going to prove all you haters wrong. I'm telling you right now. That's just my pick, my prediction. Do I think he's winning? No, especially if it's for the championship. But he's gonna cook. He's gonna prove all you haters wrong. At least I'm hoping. I hope it's not a squash. TJ, I'm hoping it's not a squash.
If
I don't want it to be.
Tell y'all right now, if Sonata squashes Jungle Boy, Deontay, I know you're in the chat. You will never hear me call this man anything other than Jungle Bug for the rest of his AEW career.
Yeah.
Listen, I just know people are writing this off automatically, and I just want them to prove everybody wrong. I want these two to cook. I want them two to show out. And I'm hoping they do. So, Jungle Boy's going to show out again. See, okay, so Prodigy's kind of behind me here. Aiden says it's not going to be a squash for sure. Okay. All right, so people are kind of getting behind it too. It's just, I can just tell. This match right here, just on paper, people are going to be like, what is this? Why? You guys will see why at Forbidden Door. Then in a vignette, well, actually, no. We saw a video package for the upcoming Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada match. Yeah. And then we also saw one for Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega for the IWGP US heavyweight title. In a vignette, Jay White, Juice Robinson, FTR, they all hyped up their main event match for AEW Collision. So that's going to be... That six-man tag is going to be fantastic to see. And honestly, if you did your history, you would know the first ever AEW Dynamite ended with a six-man tag team match. So it's you're kind of calling back to history there too. See, again, TJ, the history buff, Tony Khan, history buff Tony Khan and stuff right there. But let's be real. This was honestly the perfect storm to have a six-man tag team match close the show out, because it doesn't do a lot of stress for CM Punk. He doesn't have to be in there all the time. But CM Punk gets to work with the two guys that he has been wanting to work with. That being Samoa Joe and Jay White. It's the best of both worlds, and you can get CM Punk on the show without stressing him out too much, because people are already calling it that he's going to get injured again. So just six-man tag is the best way to go. I'm excited. As much as people probably don't want to see it, I'm excited for the show on Saturday.
Here's the thing. I'm going to circle back to him. What theme song do you think he's going to use? God damn, Prodigy. That's... might not be wrong. That might not be wrong.
C-Mid Punk. Okay, well, listen. Well,
what if he comes out to this Fire Burns?
That would be insane.
Also.
I don't know if WWE owns that one or not. I don't know.
The bell rings. Jay hits Blade Runner on CM Punk.
Rings,
1,
Jay
2,
White,
3.
Blade Runner to CM Punk. 1, 2, 3. Dude, that would be wild
Jay White
to even think about.
Oh my god!
It's just 9:55 on Saturday night, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck? Why is this match starting now? Boom. That's about happens. 1, 2, 3. Done. What?
Us. What the fuck? What? No!
Listen, whatever happens, guys, I'm excited for this six-man tag. I think it's going to be a good thing for all involved. And Punk wants to work with Samoa Joe and Jay White. What better way to actually get that done than with a six-man tag? So I'm cool with it. Just gotta see what happens. Jay White just recreates what Mox did to Punk. Okay, listen.
That was
Listen.
wild. I still can't believe that happened.
Y'all can troll about the whole CM Punk thing all you want, but we'll see what happens on Saturday, and then you'll be right here. I know you guys. You guys will be right here talking about it all with me at the Collision post show. So, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then the main event. We got to the main event. The Elite and Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks taking on the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. And this is good. This is a great 6-man tag. You know, I mean, when I said earlier on about the 8-man tag, if you've seen 8-man tags, you've seen them all. When it comes to these two teams going at it, it feels like it's a different type of thing every time. You know?
Yep.
These 6 just really have good in-ring chemistry with each other. They know what they are doing, and just turned out to be a great way to end the show. Bryan Danielson on commentary again. People ask me all the time, what is up with Bryan Danielson? Why is he not wrestling? He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Listen, if I'm going up against a guy like Kazuchika Okada in about 2 weeks' time, I'm not wasting any of my energy on an episode of Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, whatever. I'm not wasting my energy or risking injury. Just let him commentate. Let him commentate, let him train, because he's going to be training his ass off to get to this match. He's okay. Just let him be. I don't understand why people want to see Bryan wrestle all the time. It's not going to be much longer until he has to call it quits. So, let the man do whatever he has to do. TJ, what's your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, Phil, you said it basically damn near perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
like, you don't want to risk injury upon the guy.
yeah.
If you're gonna be going up against a guy like Okada, I'm not wasting my energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just gonna no. Wait till Forbidden Door.
Train your
and
ass
then
off for that match and get it done.
strengthen that neck, because he's gonna take your fucking head off with that Rainmaker.
Dude. I can't. Oh, and by the way, listen, I'm just saying this right now. If he chose to end his career on this matchup here, I'm not saying goodbye for good, you know, but if you wanted to just end it just on that high note of that caliber match, you did everything you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, you're ending it on that high of a note. Good for you. I wouldn't want him to end his career, you know, but if you wanted to, just off of that match and just say, you know, I did everything I needed to do, then good for you. We all know it's gonna end sooner rather than later. I mean, Bryan said it himself in many interviews or scrums or all of that kind of thing. But Bryan, this is why he chose to come here.
Exactly.
He needs to get matches like this done before he's gone. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's not taking one Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Brian's taking more than one.
Yes.
Y'all chatting for real. If you think one Rainmaker's taking down Bryan.
It's going to be very interesting, though, to see how this match actually ends up when it comes to a winner. Because, people want to see this match great, you know? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when it comes to a winner.
Yes.
do we see a sequel of this? Or is this just like a once in a lifetime type of thing, and truly once in a lifetime, and just get it done, and just throw it to the wall?
It's just gonna be like once in a lifetime match that people are like, throwing in like, oh, dream matches left and right.
Yeah.
And so for that, it's that there you go. Get what you want, people, even if it was like a very unexpected way.
Yeah. Would it be cool to see 2 matches between these two? Yeah, it would be awesome. But this is the match where you want to keep it like
Nova. You realize Brian kicked out of the one-winged angel, right? So if he's kicking out of that, what's stopping him from kicking out of one Rainmaker? You know what I mean? People under Brian's level kicked out of the Rainmaker?
I was there at Grand Slam, y'all, when these two went at it. When Omega and
was there live, bro.
I was there live. I saw all of that shit go down. And
also, a lot of people kick out of the one-winged angel. It's a lot more than you think kick out of that motherfucker.
The Rainmaker is a lot more protected than the one-winged angel nowadays, yes, but at the end of the day, Bryan Danielson's going to be taking more than one.
The only person. Dude, Ospreay kicked out of like 2 of them bitches in their match. Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's going to be
insane regardless. Hangman probably did kick out of it. They most likely
did, yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is going to be a fantastic showing between Bryan and Okada. And let's not forget, I mean, you guys are talking about Hangman here, Aiden. Well, actually, what do you think, Hangman? Is Hangman going to be doing anything at Forbidden Door, you guys think?
I hope so.
Hopefully. I mean, come to think of it.
Because what happened last year at Forbidden Door? Because didn't some part of the Elite have something to do with Forbidden Door? I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just not gonna. Let's see. Forbidden Door last year. Holy shit, there were a ton of matches. Forget how many matches there were in this. Yo, wait. Damn. Damn, there are a ton of matches.
I know the
Bullet Club.
Yes.
Bullet Club had something, not the Elite, but Matt and Nick Jackson were a part of it with El Phantasmo. In a 6-man
and Hangman
match.
Adam Page was part of the Fatal 4-Way match for the IWGP Heavyweight Champion against Jay White,
That's
Okada,
right,
and Adam Cole, baby.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And let's not forget Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight title. Their rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 17. That match is going to be absolutely insane. And that's just going to be... I mean, you thought their first match at Wrestle Kingdom 17 was insane? Just wait until this one. I don't know how they're going to top it, but they're going to try.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane. And Aiden, what did you just send in the chat, bro? I'll have to take a look at that later. I can't.
It's a video of now. Kenny kicking out of the one-winged.
Oh, okay.
If you want to be real, technically, Rey Fenix kicked out of it at their New Year's Slam match. Because if you watch back in the video when Aubrey's counting,
a very underrated match between those
his
two.
arm is all the way in the fucking sky during that count. So
yeah, that's a very underrated matchup between those two. That match is actually damn good. But we'll get to the ending portion of this Elite and BCC match. Hangman and the Young Bucks, they continue their onslaught to the BCC. Matt suplexes Yuta and sends Moxley for a ride as well. BCC take control for a little while. The Young Bucks then dish out 2 super kicks, and Hangman puts Yuta. He puts him out with a buckshot lariat after the BTE trigger, and got the win. So the Elite beat the Blackpool Combat Club here, which was a very interesting decision because BCC has been on a roll as of late in 6-man tag team matches, but the Elite got the win here, and it obviously led to what would happen after the match, but a very good 6-man tag team match between the two, and this is a rivalry that is going to be it's going to be looked at and told years upon years to come when it comes to AEW, man. This is not going to be ending anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, BCC then attacked the Elite after the match. Eddie Kingston comes out, and I'm like, that's interesting. Eddie Kingston, I'm like, oh wait, Claudio. And I was like, okay, wait, yeah, that makes sense. They had the thing with Claudio. Konosuke Takeshita came out, and they were going at it for a little bit. Then Kenny Omega comes out, and I'm like, all right, what the fuck is happening here? They're all just brawling at this point. The Elite gangs up on Takeshita and takes out the BCC. Will Ospreay then automatically just randomly shows up and attacks Omega. Ospreay then drills Omega with the hidden blade twice, and then a Stormbreaker. And that's honestly how the show ends. He just leaves a fallen Kenny Omega in the middle of the ring, and that's how the show fades to black and goes off the air.
Yep.
Kota Ibushi will be here. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Kota Ibushi will be here. I'm honestly getting like texts from outside the whole Russell Talk community and friend group that's a part here from our group chat saying like, Phil, are you sure Kota Ibushi's showing up? Because I mean, if he was gonna show up, a perfect opportunity would have been tonight. I'm like, yes, he's showing up. They're planning a huge thing for him to come in here, so it's gonna be okay. He's gonna be here. It's just gonna take some time. Are you guys a little bit worried about Kota Ibushi not being here, or he's showing up regardless?
I mean, regardless, he may be showing up anytime soon, but personally for me, I feel like he's going to show up after Forbidden Door, though, because of the rift that's going on between him and New Japan, though. So I would just...
Oh, there's a little bit of a rift going on? What's happening with that?
Yeah, like with... the reason why Kota Ibushi left New Japan, though, because of his, like... Something has been going on backstage. That's why, especially with his injury at the same time. And that was like a few months ago. Until they made a statement saying that Kota Ibushi no longer re-signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling, though. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. TJ, you worried about Kota Ibushi not showing up, or is he just waiting for his time?
He'll be there. Yeah, he's waiting for his time.
He's just biding his time. Okay.
Yeah.
Prodigy is saying at Forbidden Door before Blood and Guts is when he shows up. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's gonna be a part of that Blood and Guts match. I mean, that just makes the most sense. I think it's gonna be
Supernova. I just beat your argument. Tanahashi kicked out of the Rainmaker in 2015, and so did Nato.
I think it's gonna be the 4 members of the Elite: Kenny, Bucks, and Hangman with Kota versus the BCC. And I'm thinking it's going to be Takeshita. I am.
Yeah.
Now, there's also a reason, though, why Kingston was a part of this.
Yes.
Kingston's going to be a part of this, too, I feel. So is it going to be 6-on-6?
Well, it's interesting because, like, a few months back in March, he said he quit AEW, but then he appeared in Ring of Honor, and mostly with New Japan. And mind you, he's participating in next month's G1 Climax tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be like makes sense for having bring him back to AEW on television, though, just to aligning with what's going to be happening, like with if there's going to the bill of for the Blood and Guts match. Anything can happen. I mean, if it's not Kota Ibushi, might as well have Eddie Kingston being part of Team Elite for the possible Blood and Guts.
I'm gonna look up Blood and Guts from last year because, I mean, you know,
he was a part of it.
Yeah. Let's see. So we had for Blood and Guts 2022. The result of the Blood and Guts match, it was Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, Moxley, Wheeler, and Claudio. So yeah, it was actually 6-on-6 because it was the JAS. So who knows? It could be 6-on-6.
Yeah, and then adding one more person for Team Blackpool Combat Club, Shota
Umino.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah,
Umino being a part of it.
I mean, John Moxley did claim that he is now the member of BCC, and they actually did team up at Dominion, trying to chase.
Are we talking about Shooter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Yeah.
Is
John Moxley's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it could be 6-on-6. So. Hey, you know, it's going to be cool to see. Regardless, Blood and Guts is going to be fantastic, and we'll see where things go from there. But that's going to be in due time, because last year was at the end of June. Blood and Guts happened. Obviously, it's not going to be happening this year at the end of June, because at the end of June, this month, it's Forbidden Door. So, got to figure that out. But we'll see. But it did happen on an episode of Dynamite. This wasn't an actual pay-per-view, which I feel like you would be able to build a pay-per-view of Blood and Guts and actually get things going, but they do it on Dynamite, which is interesting in itself. But they do Grand Slam for an episode of Dynamite, and you know that's considered a pay-per-view of their own anyway. So we'll see. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, that's how Dynamite went off the air. That was your episode of Dynamite. It was just a tremendous show from top to bottom. Real good stuff for the Forbidden Door build. Great stuff when it comes to announcing stuff for Collision. Can't complain about the show too much, man. Especially when it's just good.
And I know it's AEW Rampage. We don't care about it. They just announced 2 more matches for Friday. I mean, Chaos, Best Friend Rock and Romero versus United Empire, Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Jeff Cobb. And then, of course, you have is Bandito versus Konosuke Takeshita. And, of course, we're going to be getting the feud. Yeah, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Karen Jarrett.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and funny thing is, their opponent, of course, one of them is Aubrey Edwards, the referee, is wrestling.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Why?
But honestly, if she performs better than anything Ronda Rousey has done, I'm coming. Okay.
Y'all will never hear the end of it. I will be insufferable. You will have to block me. I'm telling you. Y'all will have to block me on every fucking thing if Aubrey Edwards puts on a great match, a better match than Ronda fucking Rousey.
Dude, that's
who am I kidding? Just get ready to block me. There's no way she's going to put on a worse match.
That's just gonna be insane. Obviously the Rampage spoiler was already out already. If you guys just want to look at that before Friday, that's cool with you guys. I actually already looked it up. I'm not watching Rampage, so I really don't care. But it's cool. You're staying unblonde because Ronda Rousey fucking sucks. There you go, Aiden. See, this is why he's an OG.
Exactly.
But
Ronda Router.
Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. She's honestly better than NyQuil. Yeah. That's what Ronda is. She's better than NyQuil.
She is good at something.
Mm-hmm.
See? Listen, at least she's good at putting people to sleep. All right, guys. That's going to be it. That's enough. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys again for showing up here. Honestly, it's a lot, 12:30 to end the show. Not bad. Not bad, Usually we'd probably be here for 1, but thank God we're not, because now I can actually go to fucking bed. And I'm sorry, Sienna, if this took too long. We usually go about 2 hours because we all just talk.
I'm from the West Coast.
I'm about to say for her it's only 9:30.
Oh,
that's right.
Yes, I got
That's
plenty
right.
of
You're in
time.
freaking California. You're in the freaking West Coast. Girl.
Sienna,
God,
do you have PlayStation, right?
I do.
You have 2K downloaded, right?
Yeah, but I gotta go to the store after.
I was gonna say you should play 2K with us because we play with Narcolepsy, Deontay, and a bunch of others.
Alright, but I'll send you a message though by the time I get back from the store. I gotta go pick something up before it closes.
Bet. I'm actually about to go get food real quick. So yeah, just send me your PlayStation gamer tag and I can get you added on there.
You have it on my front. You just added me and I accepted.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
All good.
This man's so tired.
It's been a long week, y'all. It's been a long
week for all of us.
It's been a long week indeed.
It
Thank you
is.
guys again for joining us here on OTB. If you guys like what you heard tonight, make sure to continue to hit that like button, guys. You gotta hit that like button. That way YouTube can actually recommend us more to people. For whatever reason, and I don't know why, we were at 750 yesterday. We're at 748 now. So I don't know what happened.
Hey.
We don't need to unsubscribe. Not unsubscribe. No, we don't need to do that. We need to
do the opposite.
We need to subscribe. Yeah. That way we can get to that 1K and we can have that 1K celebration before WrestleMania. Because I'm trying to get that before Mania, y'all. We're trying to get there before Mania. Because Mania 40 is going to be insane. I'm going to be there. And it's it's just,
I'm finally going to see Phil in person. That's wild.
Hell yeah. I mean, all of us are.
Dude, when I got to see Loff in person during Raw 30, it was like an out of body experience. It was absolutely insane.
Now when we meet up and I catch Jay with the meanest fucking super kick to let him know I'm leaving the bloodline, don't act surprised.
Corbin,
everybody gonna be like, "What's up?"
Stop it right now. You did not unsubscribe. Corbin, stop it. You know you didn't unsubscribe. You freaking love us, and you know that. But guys, thank you for joining us here on OTB. We got 8 likes. We got 8 likes tonight. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. One of you guys just unliked. Now we're at 7. What happened? Like the video. Like the video before we're out of here.
Yep.
At least get it to 10 before we're out of here, guys. Just hit the like. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you on Friday for a Friday Night SmackDown post show. TJ, Sienna, do you have anything to say before we're out?
No, I would say thank you for having me be on OTB. First time ever. Saul, if you're watching it, finally, I'm on OTB.
There you go. It's done. It's done. It's done.
No,
well, you're always obviously welcome back here. You're always welcome back here. It's honestly been great getting to know you since you've been a part of this whole main event players thing anyway. So this is honestly really cool to see you being a part of this and now being a part of the OTB fam. If you ever want to come on, you know where to find us. You know, we're in the same we're in the same messages.
Yeah, more than happy to do so though. Yeah, I mean, I do watch.
And TJ, I mean, you always love to call us chaos here anyway. So you know,
I love the chaos.
No worries, Supernova. Yeah. I'll be back eventually.
Freaking loves chaos.
Nova, bro, go touch some grass. God damn. See, that's it. We have to do. We got to do Minnie's dating show, but Sienna has to be the subject of it. Like we have to do Minnie's dating show, but with Sienna as our subject.
Listen, guys. Listen. I know we gotta get this guy out of here. It's insane. It's insane.
Bro.
I know.
Like, what is he doing?
This man
Yo,
is
this is your
drunk
guy.
off his balls right now, bro. Look at him.
Oh
It's
man.
insane.
But yeah,
God
I love
damn
the
it.
chaos.
Dude,
So
Yeah.
I'm about to go get food before I start whooping ass in 2K. So as usual, before I go,
Are you streaming? Are you streaming
yeah,
it?
I'm gonna stream it.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stream that shit. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna combine both of these outros. So thank
Okay, here we
you,
go.
fuck you, goodbye, and good
Damn.
night. Bang.
All right. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show right here on OTV. Peace out, y'all.